Hello, hello, everyone. I'm Christy Forsyth. This is your weekly reading where we talk all about what's going on with the collective energies. So, the energy that is impacting each and every one of us, the energy that is impacting our lives, our week, what we need to know about it so that we can use this energy to our benefit, so that we can use it to have the most successful week possible for us. So, we're going to go through what I'm feeling in the energy, what messages I received about this energy. And then we're going to build on those messages with a tarot reading so that we can help you to have a full understanding of what's going on, what you need to know so that you can make the most of your week. So if you're watching this live, if you're watching this on the replay, make sure that you say hello. Hit me with a hashtag replay if you're watching on the replay. I always love to hear from you guys. So let me know how you're doing, how you're feeling in this energy. How are you feeling in this new year? I was here last week, which was New Year's Eve. So, I did a little check-in video a little bit later in the week, but it's been a week. This is the first time that I'm meeting with all of you in the new year for the official weekly reading. So let me know how you're doing. How is this year treating you? What's going on for you? So I very much feel like we have some choice points that are happening here in this energy. Can you feel that? And it's not necessarily like these major life decisions, although certainly it can be that. And I think for some people it is that, where we're making big decisions about the course of our lives, the course of where we're going, the course of what this looks like for us. And I think even through small decisions this week, that's determining that. That's deciding that. It's going to determine what the next part of our lives look like, what our year is going to look like, where we're going. And so I think that we're making decisions. And so I want you to notice the choices that you're making this week. And as you notice the choices that you're making this week, I want you to make your choices from a conscious place, from a place of deciding from what you feel is going to be best for you. And I think that like this all comes down to that we've been being prepared to make these decisions for ourselves. It could be as simple as the choice to take better care of your body, right? We're here in a new year. A lot of times that's the New Year's resolution for people is I want to take better care of my body. I want to honor this vessel that is the house for my soul. So it could be that, right? But like the energy that I'm feeling is yes, it can help your body and you're going to feel healthier, but it's kind of this vibe that as we make these choices that one thing leads to another, and it's all part of this bigger plan, this bigger picture. So even if it's I'm going to eat just a little bit healthier, that leads to you feeling better, and that leads to you feeling more confident, and then that leads to you receiving opportunities that you may not have received had you not made these decisions, had you not gotten to that place where you felt more confident. So do you see what I mean? It's like one thing leads to another, leads to another, and it's all building on itself. So I want you to be very conscious of the choices that you're making this week. And I think I called this video something like all you have to do is decide, because I do think that we need to make some decisions this week. And it can be a decision that life gets to be great from this point forward, that we get to move forward in a way that's going to be great and feel great. So that can be what it is that you're deciding. It can be this decision that the disappointment from your past or the challenges of the past doesn't need to dictate what is developing for you here in the present moment, and certainly not where things are going in the future. So it could be that decision. I feel like there's a lot of these little moments of clarity that are happening where it's like, no, like it doesn't have to look that way moving forward. And I get to decide that. I know better now. I have learned a lot in on this journey, in this process. And I now understand that truly great things can happen for me and can develop in my life. So deciding to lean in. We've been talking about that for like a month, deciding to lean into these opportunities that are showing up for us, even if it's scary, even if it feels like when is the other shoe going to drop, even if it feels too good to be true. So this willingness to be vulnerable and to put ourselves out there, but we have to decide that. We can't just like sit on the fence for months at a time and never choose to lean in, because if you never lean in, you never get to experience where this can be going. So I hope that that makes sense. It can be the choice, the decision to let go of something, right? I think we may find that we're more easily allowing ourselves to let go of the past in some way. Some things that we've been holding on to for a long time, some things that have really had an impact on us. And that doesn't mean that it's not going to impact us sometimes, because certainly it will and it can, but it does mean that we don't have to allow it to impact our current joy, our current happiness, or even the decisions that we're making now. We don't have to make our decisions now from a place of pain and hurt from the past. And I think that we're choosing to let go. We're choosing to walk away from where things have been. And again, like this willingness to lean in, this is so key and so important in this energy. So making sure that we're doing that. Again, that feels vulnerable, and I acknowledge that and I recognize that. But if you're not willing to do that, like what are you even doing? Are you even living your life? And by the way, what we're leaning into might look different than what us as humans expected it would be. I think that there's a lot of that happening where it's like, okay, like this is great and fantastic, and also not at all what I was expecting. And so there's maybe that hesitation because it's not what you're expecting. But do we not have this understanding that God's plan for us is always going to be better than our plan? And I always think about that quote, like we make plans. I don't know exactly how that goes, but we make plans and God laughs, right? Like this is that's kind of the vibe right now, where it's like, yeah, like, okay, cool. You had that plan and that intention, and we can be very intentional in our lives and we can create a lot of things. But I also think that there's a lot that can happen that shows up that's even better than what we expected. And so, can we be open to that? We might be deciding to take action on something this week. Is there something that you've been like hemming and hawing, like, I want to move forward with this. I want to take this action. I want to have this conversation. I want to say this thing. There's something about that we're being invited to move forward with. Let me know. Let me know in comments what this looks like for you. Like, what are you needing to decide? What are you on the fence trying to decide? Or what have you already chosen? Maybe you're a little ahead of the curve, right? What have you chosen to decide to move forward with, to take action on, to lean into, whatever this is? Like, what does that look like? Maybe we're deciding to trust God to handle it, whatever it is for you. Maybe we're deciding that. And I think like once we decide, there's a real lightness that is going to come into your energy field, because there's an alignment that's going to come with the decision to do this. So again, all you have to do is decide and move forward in some way. It can be a choice to change your mindset around something, to see something differently, to be open to blessings that are wanting to come in, that you're going to do something, whatever this is. The decision that things can come together for you, that things can get better for you. I also want to acknowledge here in this energy that it feels incredibly karmic for us. Have you noticed that already? You know, maybe there's been circumstances in your life where somebody has done you wrong in some way, or has treated somebody that you love badly, or just has very clearly been putting out an energy that now they are paying for it in some way. I'm curious, have you seen that? Because I've definitely seen that. And I think that this is important for us to keep in mind, because number one, like, we don't have to do anything to make that happen, right? Because once you get your energy wrapped up in revenge or making people pay or doing something that like we know on a soul level doesn't feel good, doesn't feel right, doesn't feel like the high road kind of approach to something. Once we start getting into that, we start to get into the weeds and we start to get into creating that kind of karma for ourselves. We don't want to do that. So I want you to just approach everything with this idea that the energy that we are putting out there is the energy that we're going to be receiving back. And hopefully we've been approaching things from a place of integrity leading up to this, because the people that have been doing that, I think, are really finding that a lot is happening, a lot is thriving, a lot is positively developing right now. And we can continue to build on that by making those choices and to not get caught up in trying to like make justice be served in some way or make someone pay or again, get revenge on something. So just keep that in mind. But also, this is a great time to keep yourself in check and to ask yourself, like, is that the energy that I'm putting out in this situation? Is that what I want back from the universe? Am I honoring people's boundaries? Am I honoring what people have said that they want from me? Am I honoring how I think that that's going to make somebody feel? Am I honoring? That's an important question for us to be asking ourselves. And so be mindful about that and notice it. And even like I'm saying, I'm watching some things that are karmic happening for people. And like we also don't want to relish even in that too much, right? Like we can see it and we can say, okay, like that person is receiving their karma. But to like stay in that energy, we can start to create negative karma for ourselves as well, or heavier, darker karma for ourselves as well. So, yeah, like you can acknowledge it, you can see it, but like keep bringing yourself back to your light. Keep focusing on operating from a place of light. That's going to really serve you well here this week. The last thing that I want to cover, and I talked a lot about this in my last video, is to make sure that we're not letting ourselves get too far into our head, right? Like when we're saying all you have to do is decide. If we get too deep into our heads and we're having like these really deep and we're conversations with ourselves and we're overthinking things, and we've officially moved into that territory of overthinking things, then it's going to be really, really hard for us to truly, from a place of intuition, from a place of what do I actually want here in this situation? How do I want to move forward with this? What do I actually need? It's going to be hard to connect with that. So you're going to want to try to keep yourself in check. And that's going to be key. But we're kind of at risk of getting really far into our heads in this energy. And it also, I think you may find that there's kind of these opposing energies. So like we want to get stuff done. We want to take care of things. We want to address things. We want to be on it. And so we want to ride that wave when we can. But we're also feeling, I mean, we have been hit with so many solar flares. Have you guys seen this? So many X flares. I think like over the course of 36 hours, there's like 3 X level solar flares, which is very, very significant. And our bodies are processing a lot of light. What those are about, and I posted on my Facebook a reminder of a solar flare video that I have. So if you guys want that and you're watching this on my YouTube, comment and I will send that link. I will post that link below. I'll try to remember to do that anyway. But I was talking about how that impacts us and how it's bringing more light into our bodies. Like it's literally changing our DNA. And so that's a lot, right? There's that. There's a lot going on with the Schumann resonance, which is like the heartbeat of the earth, essentially. There's been geomagnetic storms. It's just a lot. And then you add to that we have Mars in retrograde. A lot of energies, like the long and short of it is there's a lot of energies that are slowing us down, that are slowing down our momentum. Although it's been hard to like really get a momentum in this energy, we'll have it in March. So be patient with yourself in the meantime. And when you do feel that magical Capricorn, get your shit together energy that I love about Capricorn, ride that wave and take care of it, but take care of it in that moment. Because if you wait, you're probably going to get tired and you're probably not going to take care of it. So make sure that you're doing that. Let's see. I see a comment. Barbara says, I'm deciding what to do with my career. However, fighting the urge to do the right thing is very hard right now because I can't stand watching my kids be hurt. I'm trying to believe that karma will deal with it. It is hard. It's very hard. And you want to defend. And of course, like with your kids, of course, oh my gosh, right? Karma will take care of it for you better than you ever could. So what I would do is I would set some intentions around that. Not that this person necessarily gets negative karma or these people, whatever that is, but more that justice will be served, that the right situation for everyone involved, for everybody's highest and best good, is happening and developing here. So making sure that you're asking for that, and then you hand it up, and then you trust in God, in the universe, whatever that is for you, to take care of it. Hi, Lynette. Nice to see you here. So we're going to pull some cards now and see what the cards have to say to build on that. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. What else? What else are you guys dealing with? I see a lot of you watching. What are you guys dealing with? What do you have going on? What are you needing to decide? Or where is that coming up for you where you're really wanting to get revenge on somebody or really stick it to somebody, and you're like fighting the urge to do that? Because that's hard. When people really upset you. I was just, while I'm pulling cards, and I'm not going to go into the details of this too much because I don't want to share anybody's information, but I was dealing with, and I shared this a little bit here, in a situation in my neighborhood a little while ago, and it was highly, highly stressful to me. And we're going to just say that karma took care of it. Karma took care of it. And it took a while, right? That was a situation I was dealing with, my goodness, the beginning of last year. So it took a little while, but I'm watching that be taken care of. I'm watching the intentions that I put out there be taken care of, that I be protected and all of that. I'm also watching in another situation with a friend, that being addressed and that being taken care of. And I expect this week there's going to be more in relation to that, because if you're putting that energy out there, you're going to get a consequence for that. It's just how it works, but especially this week, that's what I'm feeling. It's how it works. So I hope that you're able to trust in that, Barb. I hope the rest of you who are watching, you're able to trust in that and lean into that and just focus on being the best person that you can be, because that's going to sit better with you. That's going to feel right for you. You're never going to feel good about it if you handle a situation in a way that goes against your integrity. I don't care how upset or, pissed off that you are. It definitely, when it comes to your kids, though, that's tough. That's tough. That mama bear kicks in, right? But do your best. I see you consciously choosing, and that's a very good thing. I think conscious choice, very key here in this energy. If you guys are watching this on my YouTube channel, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Okay. Share it, like it, comment, whatever you feel like called to do. All of it helps to support the channel. Okay. So let's get into the cards. So the 6 of Pentacles. You know what this feels like? I just feel like there's a lot of situations that are happening right now where, and I love this. I'm just hearing this right now. There's that quote that's someday all of the love that you put out to the world is going to return to you. And that's very karmic too, right? This effort, this energy that we've put out there to try to be good and to give to people and to be kind, and especially when it's for no other reason, just to be helping and to give and to support. And So I just feel like the love that we've been putting out there is returning back to us, that we're finding people showing up in our world. I'm certainly seeing this, like, that are giving from a place of reciprocity where it's no longer one-sided. And I think that we're going to see that, whether that's you being appreciated in a relationship, in a friendship, in a different way, or new people coming in that give a little bit more of that reciprocity, that balance. I think we're craving that, we're wanting that, and we deserve that. And so the love that we're putting out, or the effort that we're putting out, I think that there's a lot of room for, like, your job to say, wow, like, we see everything that you've been doing, and we recognize, like, we haven't been paying you enough, or we haven't been appreciating you enough. It's this kind of energy that I'm seeing here, or maybe just like efforts that you've been putting in and putting in and putting in. And now all of a sudden we're starting to see the rewards of the effort that we've been putting out there. So if you're not seeing that yet, be excited and hold the energy of that, because I think that we are going to see that, or see the beginnings of that. Yeah, there's a lot of new energy that's happening here in this new year. I feel like with this Ace of Pentacles, it's like, what are you going to do with this year that you have ahead of you? What are you going to do with it? Who do you want to be? How do you want to show up? Like, how can you show up as the best version of you? What are the seeds that you're planting? What are you creating for yourself here in this year? And I think that we're exploring that. And I think that we need to be moving in such a way that supports the vision of that. Even if we're afraid, even if we feel vulnerable to do that, a lot of beautiful new beginnings. And this also feels like, for some people, like offers that are coming in, offers of stability, offers of more money coming in, offers of something new that you've been maybe waiting on, or something that just wants to come into your experience that contributes in such a positive way to your day-to-day world. That's what it feels like to me. Lots of pentacles here, because the next card is a pentacle too. So we have the Three of Pentacles. Meg says, I'm open to offers. Yes, exactly. Be open to offers. Everybody put that below. I am open to offers. I'm open to blessings. I'm open to opportunities. Three of Pentacles. I think that this is also about collaborating and working together with other people, and making sure that we are putting effort and energy into that, being willing to do that, but being willing to do that with the people that we feel are truly showing up in the energy that we feel good about and that feels right for us. So you might feel like you're wanting to collaborate with people, whether it's this week, this year, that kind of stuff. I would definitely lean into that, or we're working together. I just feel like there's a better teamwork vibe here with this. I feel like there's a better, like, coming together energy that's happening this week, this year. I think that we're going to see that. I've been saying, like, we need to approach this whole year from a place of wonder. And if we can do that, that's really going to serve us. And so maybe even just like getting excited about the people that we're connecting with, and the work that we're doing, and all that is happening and developing right now, because I certainly think that there's a lot that's happening right now. The Three of Swords in reverse. I think that we're moving away from the hardship of the past. This feels like the decision, right? The decision to let the past go, the decision to no longer be impacted in the same ways from the past, the decision to not let the disappointment from the past dictate your happiness in the present moment and in the future. Like, it doesn't have to be the same old story because you've worked really hard to unhook yourself from that story. So lean into that. Next card, the Sun, because we've got a whole lot of happiness ahead. If we choose it, if we decide that this is where we want to go, if we decide it can be great, it can be easy, it can be beautiful. Life can be beautiful. Again, choosing wonder, choosing to be in a state of wonder about everything that's happening. We can be in wonder, or we can be in fear, right? We can be afraid, like, oh, when's the other shoe going to drop? Is this going to work out? Is this going to be okay? Or we can just live in the present moment and enjoy what's happening and keep leaning in as long as we feel like we need to be leaning in. The rest will make sense later. And then the last card that we have, the Judgment card. Are you kidding me? All you have to do is decide. But remember what I was saying at the beginning of this video, like these might feel like small decisions, but they're changing the course of where your life is going. And I don't say that like we don't want to put pressure on you about that. But you already know what to do. You already know what your intuition is showing you. The rest is just fear. And so it's this willingness to lean into new chapters. It's a willingness to embrace the blessings that are coming in. It's the choice to take an action in some way. Like all of this is like step by step leading us into better things. I think that this is a very, very changing year in our lives. And all of the decisions that we're making are deciding what that year looks like right now. So choose consciously. Choose from your intuition. Trust yourself. Trust your joy. Trust your passion. Trust your excitement. And lean in. Everything's going to be really, really beautiful. All you have to do is decide. So those are your messages for this week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Say hello if you're watching on the replay. Again, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, like button, heart button, whatever you want to do. Hit me with your favorite emoji, whatever, anything. All of it helps to get these videos further, to get more views, to connect with more people, and to keep building this community that we have. So thank you guys so much. And one last thing. I am holding a manifestation party this Saturday. Really, that's just like a fancy way to say that we're going to get together virtually in my membership, so via Zoom, to kind of map out the year and where we want to go. And so I'm going to lead you all through that. It'll be fun. It'll be something that if you're not available 1:00 and you're in my membership, you're not available 1:00 on 1/11, which is Saturday, you can catch the replay in the membership later. If you're not in the membership, check it out, claritybychristy.com. Get yourself signed up so that you can jump in and join us for that. It's only $9.99 a month, and you can cancel anytime if you want to do that as well. But we would love to have you join us. There's all kinds of other stuff up on the membership. So yeah, let's start this year off right and be intentional with our energy on the 1/11 portal when it's going to be that much more powerful. So yeah, Pat says I'm open to blessings. I like that one. Yes, exactly. Hi, Rick. Nice to see you on here. Barb said, I'm open to offers and blessings. Yeah. What are you open to? Lynette says, I'm open to offers. Yeah. Hit me with that. What are you open to? That's a decision. This is what we're talking about. All you have to do is decide. All right, guys, I love you all. Thank you so much. And I will see you soon with another video. Take care and have an amazing week.